What's up guys, Adam here from 202 Performance. This time we're going to have a video looking at back pain and some simple exercises you can do to help tackle it. The exercises we'll look at today are for if you're really struggling with back pain and struggling to get out of bed, so you can do all of these laying flat on your back. The first exercise we're going to look at is some pelvic tilts. So to start with, you're going to have a lay down on your back and have your knees bent. So what you're going to do in this position here is you're going to try and flatten your lower back onto the bed. So starting position, feet shoulder width apart, knees bent, feet flat on the bed, and then just relaxing your upper body. I like to have it on my stomach here, but you can have it by your side, or some people like to have it under their lower back so they've got a bit of a cue, which is quite nice to start with if you're not quite sure what to do. So what you want to do is, if I've got my hands underneath my lower back here, what you're going to do is engage your stomach here, your stomach muscles here, to try and flatten your lower back onto your hands there. Don't have to apply a lot of pressure, but just so you can feel that lower back flattening and pressure on your fingers underneath the lower back here. So you can see if I take my hands away and put them on my chest here, that when I squash my lower back here, you can see my pelvis is tilting here, and you should feel a bit of movement around the lower back. So if I exaggerate it here, you'll feel or see my pelvis moving, which is what we're looking for. And that's going to get some blood flow going to the lower back and start getting things moving in the right direction. So it's often quite a nice one to start with. You can do this one of two ways, depending on how your back is feeling. Either you can do it with a hold, so you squash your lower back there, hold for a couple of seconds, and then relax. Or the other option is that you just oscillate in and out. So squashing the lower back here, and then coming back out. Flattening the lower back, and then releasing back up here. Doing what's comfortable. Often you find if you've just started getting back pain, it's only just come on, that we just need to get you moving a little bit. So it's more about getting you moving consistently, rather than looking at really pushing through any massive pain barriers. Exercise number 2. Same starting position, should be a relatively comfortable position for if you've got back pain. But what you're then going to do is shuffle your feet together and then shuffle your knees together as well. You can either have, again, your hands on your chest like this, on your stomach, or out to the side. Some people find with this one is a bit more comfortable. And what you're going to do is you're going to keep your knees together and keep your feet together. And then you're going to slowly bring your knees to one side as far as you're comfortable with, and then try to bring them back. And same with the other side, as far as you can, and bring them back. Now, if you're struggling a lot with lower back pain, just do what's comfortable. If you can only go to, say, here, that's fine, and then slowly bring it back. Take it slow to start with, just slowly build up how far you can go. And then, again, there's two options with this one. Either you can go as far as you can, hold for a couple of seconds, and then start to bring it back. Or if that's uncomfortable, the other option is going out as far as you can, and then just bringing it straight back again, and just gently oscillating between the two. If you're struggling with back pain, you don't want to be whipping the legs backwards and forwards really quickly. It's a case of just nice and controlled, bringing it to one side, and then slowly back again. Get a bit of rotation in that lower back. Lovely. And then the last one, what we're going to do is, again, same starting position, but this time you're going to straighten one leg here. And then what you're going to do with your hands, hold underneath the thigh here and try and bring your knee up towards your chest. And you're going to hold that, bring it as far as you can comfortably, and then hold ideally for about 10 seconds. If you want a bit more of a stretch, if that's not quite enough, move your hands to on the shin. You can get a little bit more leverage there and bring it up towards your chest, and then holding that 10 seconds, and then slowly release the leg back down. Keep the knee bent, because if you straighten the leg, that's going to engage the core, put stress on the lower back. So from a pain point of view, just want to slowly lower the foot down, and then what we're going to do is slide the leg out, slide the heel of the other leg up, and repeat the process on the other side. So underneath the thigh, or to make it more challenging, over the top of the shin here, or the top of the knee here, and then holding it for that 10 seconds, and back down again. And then lower the back down. You can do both legs together if you want to, but it's a little bit more challenging bringing the knees up together because you've got to lift both of them at the same time, engaging the core. So often a lot of people find that uncomfortable to get into that position, but it is an option if you do need it, or if you want to progress yourself. Once you can master those 3 exercises, typically what we'll do is reintroduce you to a bridge. But there's another video on bridge variations. I think it's on a more hamstring related video, but we'll go through it. So for lower back pain, if you find those 3 are getting a lot easier, particularly the pelvic tilts, you're essentially going to exaggerate a pelvic tilt. So there's a 4th exercise as a progression. So what you'll do is you have your hands by your side. You're then going to squash the lower back into the bed. So you've got that core engaged. And then what you're going to do is as you do that, you'll feel the hips starting to lift a little bit here as you start to squash down. So what you'll do is squash, the hips lift, and then you just follow that up. Keep pushing up until the hips are up at the top here. And there should be a straight line from the shoulders all the way to the knees there. And then you're going to hold that and then reverse it. So lowering vertebra by vertebra all the way down and then relaxing the abdominal muscles at the end there. So squashing down, hips lift, follow that up there, peeling the spine off of the bed, hold for a couple of seconds, and then reversing it. So lowering back down slowly and controlled. And then there you go. And we're going to do one more rep. So squeezing the lower back, flattening it down, the hips lift, peeling the vertebra off the bed, hold the top for a couple of seconds, and then reversing back down, vertebra by vertebra, and then relax there. What we don't want to see is going up and down like this, because that's not engaging the muscles that will flatten the lower back. You're not doing that pelvic tilt first, and it just puts a bit of strain on the lower back, which at this stage will likely aggravate it. Now, what I would suggest, start with those first 3 exercises. If that's too easy or you start to progress and find them not challenging you as much, then move on to adding in the bridge exercise as well. But there's a few variations and things to try in there, so give them a go. And if there's anything else you want to see in future videos, let me know. Leave a comment down below. And if you found it useful, if you got any sort of value from this video, please like, subscribe, and share it with anyone else who might find this useful as well. All right, take care and see you in the next one.